Time for a quick survey map, etc. Let's go find out what this even is. I have no clue. Beyond hopefully something that I can do in less than 2 hours. Since I may have waited a bit too long. Tress. Is there an uno and a dos? Seems they're both doing something impressive, or at least they are to themselves. Okay, so here's the minigame. Show us what we got. Yeah, not much over there. I'm not gonna think too much about whatever their overly ingrating conversation. I just wanna hopefully they'll get under control. These are very cute little heads. Once. Mm-hmm. Right. I see. So using the two previous things. Yes? Okay. No. Should be around here because it's about the same direction as the... That was too far to the side? But perhaps... Yeah. Okay. Perhaps this is closer? Oh, there are additional compasses. Okay. pretty close, or closer. Or apparently not, never mind. I feel like there's something I'm missing that would make this very easy. You're getting closer. I guess I'll take it. I don't know what the requirements are. How many points do I have to take before I've screwed myself out of what I need for the event? Okay, so it's slightly northeast. Oh, okay, the map shows this little thing. Okay, that makes it easy. Because we're not just in a random field. We are right there on the hill. Okay, I think I'm starting to see what this event is like. Right, so it is a solid southeast of them. And now let's look at the world around us, yes? Where does this fall? There we go, right on us. Not bad. 3,000, that was the score we were going for. Okay, this is kind of fun once you get into it. I mean, yes, it is kind of, in some sense, glorified hot and cold. But on the other hand, it's doing it in a very fun way. Where we have to take an observation of the world around us. So this green one is at the far edge, right? So probably the other one's even further off, on the other side. If I go in the opposite direction, will I see the third compass? There we go. and of course they gave us 3 compass, because in the previous one we gave us the what's it called? Statue of the Seven to use an additional calibration point. But here we've got... we are nearly west of the blue one, which puts us at... and also northwest of the purple. Let's try and look at these water features, yes? We should be right at the edge, but... okay, so there's this, then it curves out, and the water curves in. Curves out and in. And we are... oh no, right here. Nope, a little too far. Still, I was in about the right ballpark. And that means things get easier from this point, because now that I have that mark that I can calibrate from 4 points, yes? Well, no, because it's lining up with the purple right now. Either way, cross the river and go southeast of the purple compass, which puts you mostly south and a little west of the green. Something like this. Huh. That was closer than I thought I'd get. Mostly I was like, I realized there's a line of sight to the green where the blue one is to the right. So, if you draw a line between them, there should be a little space, but they look so aligned on this map that I couldn't see it really working out. Anyway. Alright, speaking of alignment. We are mostly east with a slight north tinge from the green, which also puts us at almost purely northeast from the blue. Mostly east with a slight north. Oh, I can use the land here. Or not. I don't quite know where I am relative to anything else. I'll have to just rely on the compasses. Mostly east with a slight north. I went too far. But yeah, same general idea, just have to reel it in like a fish. And that mostly gets me what I want to get. Okay, so this is fun. real cartography is, of course, much more involved than this, but still. Alright, so we've got these 2 markers to tell us where we are. But I do need some more compasses. Oh, we're in that land, so I can use the transportation. Oh, did they not? Oh, they're not going to give me the Philistogen. Okay. Alright, let's spin around. They're probably not going to be too near the thing, because if they were so near to the statue, there would be no point in using the statue as a marker. That's probably the closest. So I'm going to say that if I go from the purple to the blue, then on the other side, that's where the green one will be. In the furthest edge of this kind of map. Yeah, as I get closer to the wall, I should start to see it, yeah? Maybe? No. Okay. That's an issue. Maybe from a bit of height I'll be able to see it. This might actually be a problem for anything that's in the back half. Oh, it might be a height thing. Is it up here, maybe? I like to find all the points before I do anything else. I have no leads for this, though. Only assumptions. Oh, due north of the purple, okay. Which is south. I think we're much closer to the purple than the blue. Something like this. So that fell here, so I need to be a little southeast of the previous mark. It's no longer being due north of the green of the purple though. So I just need to go further and further in. At least we landed right on top of us this time. Alright, now The problem of no final compass is starting to become a serious issue now. So the hunt is on. The hunt is over. It was right here the whole time. Okay. More fool eye. But I'm not gonna look a gift horse in the compass. Alright. Northwest of the green. And mostly north with a slight east tinge of the blue. Which if I... And we are also on this crack, but on the side of the green. If I can find what that mark is. Here's the mark, I think. So we're right on the mark. Cool. Nah, that can't be it. I'll try though. Oh, I was... Okay. I guess that... I guess this this little ridge was that crack on the map. And it really was that directly on it. That's nice. Okay. Due east of the green. Where's everything else? Well, at least I'm by the river, so that's helpful. East of the green. And there is this waterfall on the map, so honestly I think I can just point myself right there using the features of the map without worrying too much about the compasses. Yep. Vaguely there. Pretty good. I wanted to get these little character head plushies. They remind me of I'm forgetting the name. There was a Toho fandom thing about character heads back in the day. Alright, if the purple and blue are up here, I suppose the green has to be in the south. It only makes sense. Here we go, okay. All pretty easy to find this time. And this is also a very small map, smaller map than it looks. And these rivers, they're not rivers. These waterways that cut through the ground make for pretty identifiable marks on the map. So we're looking for something that's about mostly north with a slight east tinge from the blue. And mostly east with a slight north tinge from the purple. Mostly east with a slight north, mostly north with a slight east. So we should be in this area of the triple waters, so I just need to find where in the triple waters we are. Okay, so from the blue, I go northeast and I cut through water twice. So I guess that puts us here. Pretty much exactly. Yeah, nice. so this mark is, by the way, mostly west with a good amount of south from the previous one, and even more southwest from the purple. We should be on the tree roots. Oh yeah, also northwest from the green. If I say we're here, right on the root's edge, that's certainly northeast enough from the green, and also southwest enough from the others. Southwest from the purple. Due. No, okay. It's due west of the blue, so I must be wrong somehow. Perhaps here? Well, let's see if I can see where the river flows. If I want to follow the river, it goes ziggy curve and cross. Ziggy curve and I don't know. Oh, here, maybe. Yes, okay. Thank you, convenient route to point my way. Due south of the purple. If I go directly south of the purple all the way to the edge, there's these bits of water. There's the roots. Oh, I didn't see the green literally right there. South of the purple, east of the green. Which puts us here. Yeah, very convenient. Fun. Oh boy. Alright, this is the south edge, so I'm gonna assume if I head north from here I might find some more compasses. There's one. If this is the north and this is the south, where's the last one? Could it be further north? No, because this is okay. This is a tiny map. Everything looks big when you blow it up into the cartography standards. But when you're walking around, you can cross the whole thing in 2 seconds. I'm gonna assume it's probably in the middle somewhere. Perhaps there's a deactivated compass in the ruins between these blue and purple. Or, oh, why'd I assume there was 3? Never mind. It's like I said, it's a tiny map. I didn't even read, I'm realizing now. It just says 2. Okay. So where is this? It's a spike on the edge. Southwest of the purple. And mostly west with a bit north of the blue. Oh, that's way off. How'd I get so off? Oh, because I did the opposite of what I was trying to do. Alright. Southwest of the purple. Oh, and I put it southeast. Okay, so it should be around here. And to the blue, I am mostly west with a bit north. So yeah, I put it literally in the opposite of what I was trying to do. Mixing up the cardinal directions. I guess I was basically right. I just mirrored stuff in my head since this whole place is symmetrical. Okay. So we go due north northeast of the previous one, which puts us mostly south of the purple. Bam. Right on target. North of the purple? No. Northeast of the purple. If we go directly north of the purple, then we end up at this spike here. So we follow this to its edge and go down. I don't know what I'm doing. Getting pretty close though. I was trying to use the point on the spike as a measuring, but then I'll abandon that because it wasn't working out. And just kind of vaguely went in the direction using the purple and the previous as a guide. Okay, 4 compasses. This is going to be a big map. That might be a problem. These things are hard to find sometimes. Especially, oh man, am I going to have to like dig through these mazes? The vertical layer here is going to kill me. Never mind, I see 2 compasses. One here. And another here. So there is that, at least, knocked out. Where would the last be? Perhaps in the bottom right? Honestly, these give me a decent calibration of the whole thing, so like, I could imagine a compass being anywhere on the edges at this point, which is a problem because I have no leads. I guess I can just follow along though. Any ideas? Oh wait, I see it. I see it. Cool. Luckily, all the compasses are on this top layer. So I can ignore, I didn't have to go digging. Alright, now with all the compasses activated, I should have 4 different ways to calibrate. Alright, we are pretty much due northeast of the green. And mostly west of the purple. I guess that's close enough to count. I don't know what the minimum they're looking for is. I guess 10, because I've had 11 rejected before, and that was 7. Alright, where am I relevant to the compasses? Due south of the purple. Southeast of the green. Due east of the yellow. East of the yellow and south of the purple. That does give me a point. East of the yellow and south of the purple. So if I make a cross between them, we should be right where I am. Or I should be way off, okay. At least I'm on the correct landmass. Alright, the yellow will hopefully be our guide. The yellow will hopefully be our guide since it's so close. So these cliffs make it very hard to calibrate. Alright, we are mostly west of this yellow and right along the border. So I ride this to the edge. Well, let's look for the blue. That will help me as well. Let's see how bad I have this spike. I guess it counts. I'll take it. How was that? I guess the minimum's pretty low, you just need to succeed a little. You seem to be vaguely correct for all three, and that'll get you the 3,000 points. Okay. Honestly, fun little minigame. I could probably do that for a while more without getting bored. I'm not a huge fan of the NPCs, but that's not super relevant to anything. And mission accomplished. Primos collected. Everything went as well as it could. Good stuff. I hope we get other interesting little mini games for the next one. Till next time.